You have likely experienced the cycle. You invest your time and energy into the people around you, only to end up played, used, and chronically overlooked. When you are always accommodating, people take your accessibility as a given. It is time to interrupt that cycle. This is a step-by-step breakdown of a behavioral reset. By the end of this process, you will shift from an easy target to someone who is cold, silent, and entirely untouchable. Malice and coldness are distinct behaviors. As this diagram illustrates, a heartless personality actively attacks external targets. A cold personality builds a dense, impenetrable defensive perimeter. You are blocking hostile connections, not creating them. Executing this shift requires a three-part framework: eliminating submissive cues, revoking your availability, and filtering relationships through silent observation. You are going to learn how to demand respect entirely through your physical presence, rather than trying to negotiate for it verbally. But before we start step 1, you must accept the prerequisite. You have to abandon the need for external approval, and you have to stop offering unearned comfort. If you still crave their applause, this reset will collapse the moment you test it in the real world. Step 1 starts with your physical presence. We project our status through submissive physical cues, tiny unconscious movements that broadcast weakness in a social hierarchy. The most common cue is bowing your head. When someone approaches, or when you pass someone in a hallway, your instinct might be to lower your chin to appear non-threatening. Stop doing this immediately. Physically lowering yourself instantly places you beneath the other person in the social hierarchy. Keep your head up. The second cue is the nervous smile. The human brain often uses a quick, accommodating smile as a reflex to diffuse tension in uncomfortable situations. Social predators read this reflex correctly as an apology for taking up space and a clear invitation to exploit you. We need to overwrite that reflex with a neutral baseline. Watch this transition. Instead of an anxious, accommodating smile, let your expression drop to cold, neutral stillness, paired with unbreakable eye contact. Pair this physical stillness with verbal restraint. Speak less. When someone comes to you expecting you to manage their anxiety, offer zero emotional comfort unless they have actively earned your loyalty over time. Let them sit in the silence. As you implement this, watch for the check. When you stop automatically accommodating the people around you, they will test your boundaries. Watch how they react. They will likely become frustrated or act confused when their usual tactics fail to get a reaction out of you. This resistance is proof the protocol is working. True respect cannot be debated or requested. It is a physical boundary you establish through silent, uncompromising strength. Now that your physical presence is secured, we move to step 2, removing your predictable availability. Right now, people know exactly where to find you and what you are doing, which makes it easy to take your attention for granted. You need to completely withdraw that access. Stop being available to everyone who reaches out. More importantly, abandon the habit of endless scrolling and posting online for attention. Look at the contrast in this layout. To become untouchable, you must adopt the protocol on the right, building in silence. The talker's hustle relies on chaotic social media metrics and constant broadcasting. The silent builder isolates their ambition, focusing entirely on the internal architecture of their goals. Resist the urge to talk about your hustle. Seeking premature validation from your peers directly sabotages the cold persona. Let the results speak when they are ready. When you disappear, it forces a psychological shift in the people who are used to tracking you. They have to start wondering where you are and what you are actually doing. That curiosity transfers the power dynamic directly back to you. By refusing to broadcast your life, you strip others of their perceived control over your attention. You convert yourself from a known commodity into an untouchable variable. Step 3 applies this new standard to your external relationships. Instead of blindly handing out trust, you will use observational trust as a passive defensive strategy. This chart plots usefulness against loyalty. Both lines rise together, but when usefulness drops to 0, loyalty plummets instantly. Observe this drop-off from a distance in the observation zone. If they betray your trust, implement the response protocol. Do not argue. Just cut the cord. The failure point here is the urge to reach back out. You will feel a desperate psychological need to seek closure, to demand an explanation, or to extract an apology from the person who betrayed you. Ignore that urge and enforce the rule of silence. Moving forward without asking for a single explanation is the ultimate display of untouchable power. It shows them that their departure meant absolutely nothing to your momentum. Replacing blind trust with silent observation creates a definitive filter. Over time, it preserves your energy and systematically exposes parasitic alliances before they can drain you. You have eliminated your submissiveness, revoked your availability, and implemented observational trust to filter your inner circle. By executing these 3 steps, you have successfully overwritten your baseline behavior. You are now a completely different target to the people who previously exploited you. Access to your time and energy is no longer given away freely. It is now securely locked behind stringent behavioral tests. You understand now that true loyalty is incredibly rare, but you possess the exact filter required to find it, and the physical presence required to demand respect from everyone else. Stop letting people take advantage of your empathy. This transformation houses your heart within an impenetrable fortress, creating a version of yourself that is finally untouchable.